In today's video, we're going to be going over forms. Forms are a great way to collect data from your clients by asking questions, sending them the form, and collecting responses. To access forms, head over to Forms on the left-hand side and click on Manage Forms. You'll see multiple options, such as Forms and Agreements. The difference being forms are very similar to Google Forms, Microsoft Forms, or JotForm if you're familiar, whereas agreements are a great way to send files that need an e-signature and receive those signatures compliantly. Today's video will be focusing on forms, and we'll be covering agreements in a separate video. There's also a template library where you can see any templates for forms we have today. I'll be walking through the financial advisory intake form template that is in the template library. Here you can see what the possibilities are. Left-hand side, you can choose from all these options to create questions for you to ask the client. There's a designer, a preview section where you can preview the form and what it'll look like, as well as logic. You can build out different rules based on the questions and how the clients respond, which I'll get to here shortly. One thing to keep in mind is the forms variable question at the top right. Any of these variables that you see, if you enter into the question or responses or the description, we'll then pick up that and then enter it based on the information available. For example, you can see welcome to firm name at the top. If we were to open up the form, you could then see welcome to Lions Wealth Management. This is the example wealth management firm I am signed into today. You can also begin to see what the form will look like and if there are required responses, all fully built out and editable within each question. For example, if I scroll down to the annual income section, if I want to make this question dependent on certain responses of the employment status, I can open up the annual income question, scroll down to conditions, and make this question available or visible if a certain question is selected. So if employment status is any of these, right, employed full-time, part-time, or self-employed, you can then say, make this annual income question visible. There are also other conditions you can build out if needed. You can view data and join data from other sections or create rules. If you add rules, you can get error messages or other information based on the entries. So right here, the value should not be less than 0. You can select that as part of the requirement for annual income. You can also customize the layout. Here on the right-hand side, you can see how to display the question, if you want to hide the number or not, and alignment as well. If we go back to general, we'll see the question name and the title. Question title would be right in the title as it appears, but the question name is very important, especially if you want to build out logic. This will make it super easy to find the exact name of the question you want to address. So just to make it super visible, I'll put dashes here, and under conditions, if I select if, maybe a better example if I go to a different question, make this question available if annual income is displayed. So now you can see how you can begin to create logic for these questions and really customize the page to be fully exactly what you need. One nice tip I'd like to leave you with is under the dynamic panel versus panel. So panel is a great way to ask a question and have multiple questions be within the panel. And what I mean by this is if you have a retirement panel, right, and all these questions here are related to retirement, you can have them be in the same container. But what if one question may have multiple answers, like one of your client's retirement goals? this is a great way to use dynamic panels. So if we use, again, retirement, and within this question say, what are your goals? We can then go to the preview section and see what I mean by this. Okay, retired. So here under retirement, you can see question 1 and question 2, whereas for retirement 1, it'll ask you to enter your goals, and then you can select multiple goals. So I hope that's a nice tip I'd leave you with there. One last thing before I go. Right-hand side is the copy public link. This link will work and is more for prospects or any individuals that you may not want to send through their client portal. Once they enter all their information, they'll be asked to enter their email. Once we have their email, we'll either associate it with a client on file or create a new client. If you send it directly to an individual, that individual will receive an email notifying them that they need to complete a form. And once they start the form and leave the form, let's say they have to go pick up their kid from school, we'll receive and save right where they left off, whereas on the copy public link, we will not. So the individual will have to complete the form fully before sending it in. So that's a slight difference between the copy public link and the send to. We've mentioned or noticed that some advisors use a copy public link on their website as a initial screening questionnaire. That way, as soon as they receive responses, the individual is created in our system, whereas the send to is more so for existing clients that you'd like them to save their progress as they complete the forms. So hope this video gives you an overview of the forms section. If you have any questions, please reach out to us at founders@meetthyme.com.